Hello gamers, hope you all doing well. Today we are going to go through the top 15 best Battle Royale games of 2024 for Android and iOS devices. These are the best Battle Royale games that you can play for absolute free. If you still haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. It will help me a lot, and if I missed any good free to play mobile Battle Royale games, please let us know in the comments section. So without further ado, let's get right into the video, starting off at Number 15, Disorder. It is a squad-based team shooter with anti-nuclear war imagery, and it centers around the theme of warfare in 2030, where armed factions are constantly fighting each other over nuclear weapons and money, featuring a few new twists to the classic Battle Royale formula. For starters, the game features more than 20 characters, which they have their own role on the battlefield. So based on a hero you pick, you might be a scout, a stealth master, a defensive specialist, or a support unit, and alongside having their own weapons and special skills. Overall, it is good-looking Battle Royale game. Number 14. Badlanders. Badlanders is a NetEase game. You would expect the basic quality of the game to be good, and it is. If you have heard of Escape from Tarkov, you are probably intrigued by this mobile version. Badlanders is most certainly a mobile shooter worth some recognition. NetEase has done a good job here, nothing to complain about in this aspect of the game. Really, the only downside is that the game can feel a little buggy on low-end devices, leading to some frustrating situations in which you feel as though death was not your fault. Number 13. Creative Destruction. Creative Destruction is a sandbox-based battle royale, just like Fortnite, but for low-end mobile devices. This game is a clone of Fortnite without a doubt, but just because it is a clone doesn't mean that it is a bad game. Building mechanics are well developed. The weapon system is also much more polished than what you would expect from a clone game. Overall, it is well optimized and well-developed game which worth your time. Number 12. Cyber Hunter. Cyber Hunter offers a new form of battle royale where players could glide across the map with a drone. They could climb on walls and structures like Spider-Man, and beyond that there were insane movements that players could perform, like rolling from side to side, and structures they could make in the game. In essence, Cyber Hunter was a mashup of PUBG and Fortnite, but executed really well. Cyber Hunter was always the game that was for players who liked Fortnite but wanted something similar to PUBG Mobile as well. If you haven't tried till now, you definitely should. Number 11. Sunken Century. Sunken Century is a class-based battle royale set in the medieval age of a parallel universe where players can explore any region using an airship. The players can build strategies as team cooperators or be lone rangers and survive until others die. The game features different battlefields, different warships, weapons like axes, crossbows, hammers, and sniper rifles, and 100-player matches. Overall, it is good-looking and interesting game. Give it a shot. Number 10. Rules of Survival. Rules of Survival is the answer of NetEase to the rapidly growing Battle Royale titles. With over 300 million downloads worldwide, the success of Rules of Survival is simply undeniable. The game is well optimized and controls are smooth. Rules of Survival may not be a perfect Battle Royale game, but definitely worth exploring. Number 9. Final Fantasy VII. The First Soldier. 75 players jump in is straight out of Final Fantasy World and try become the last person or team alive. Different classes and melee combat mechanics makes this game unique. Also, multiple NPCs are a permanent feature of the game, and killing them drops loot. So along with PvP action, there are some V elements too. The game tries to do something different from older Final Fantasy games, and a Battle Royale game isn't too bad of an attempt. There's a bunch of elements that make the game a part of the magical Final Fantasy universe. Overall, Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier is a pretty good game with a few issues. Number 8. PUBG New State. Supposedly a new and improved version of PUBG Mobile. PUBG New State takes players into a futuristic world devastated by battles, but also still pretty cool looking. PUBG New State ironically doesn't offer a completely new state for players, but it does freshen things up a bit with new maps and some gear upgrades. Give it a go. If you're an avid fan of the franchise, just be sure your screen can handle the clutter and your hardware can carry the load. Number 7. Farlight 84. Farlight 84 looks a lot like Fortnite Mobile at first glance. The overall futuristic vibe with the guns and buildings and other graphical elements immediately reminds players of Fortnite. If they've spent some time playing it, it still has funky and futuristic elements to it, but looks rather dry. Nevertheless, it doesn't look too bad and the gamma play is somewhat decent. In this futuristic post-apocalyptic world there are special guns that use energy and hovering cars as well, which looks kind of cool. Farlight 84 is worth a play if you want to try out some new Battle Royale game. Number 6, Lost Light. Like most other games in this genre, the basics are the same: shoot down your enemies and don't die yourself. However, Lost Light adds a bunch of other elements as well. Now the game is pretty heavily inspired by Escape from Tarkov. The game takes the basic ideas of every action shooter game out there but adds more complex mechanics. The inventory system, health system, and crafting system add a lot to the game. The game clearly isn't for someone who just wants to drop into games with the standard and simpler mechanics. Overall, Lost Light looks pretty good with neat-looking graphics, while the audio is a bit mushy at times, but isn't too bad. Number 5, Free Fire. Free Fire is a mobile battle royale shooter where 50 real players land on an island and fight to be the last man standing. Games are fast-paced and only last a maximum of 10 minutes. Free Fire was one of the games that worked really well even on low-end devices. The in-game chat allows you to easily communicate with your friends or random players as well. This game also has a number of weapons and vehicles suiting the terrain you play in. The game controls and animations are simple. Overall, it is well optimized and fun game. Number 4, Fortnite. Fortnite probably has no need for an introduction by now. Chances are you either play it yourself or know plenty of people who do, but here's a quick breakdown. 100 users hop on the battle bus, parachute down to a sprawling, continuously shrinking map and compete to be the last player or team standing. The bad sides game is need high system resources and you should learn how to build during games. Overall, it is very entertaining game. Number 3, Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile represents the best a juggernaut franchise has ever been on a handheld platform. The leveling path is rewarding even without spending money. There are lots of modes to jump around between, including an impressive battle royale mode. In this game, players have the choice of 6 classes that all offer different abilities that range from a sensor dart to locate nearby enemies, or a grapple hook to traverse the large map quickly or to evade any enemy fire. It adds an interesting dynamic to squads where you can combine 4 different classes to maximize your chances of survival. Overall, great looking and solid game. Number 2, PUBG Mobile. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds lit the world on fire in 2017. It sold millions before it even left early access on Steam. Then PUBG Mobile came out. The mobile version of PUBG has pretty much all the features of its PC. The gamma play and graphics improved since game release. It's a little clumsy at first, but actually feels pretty fluid after a few games. Overall, it is one of the best battle royale game in market. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend it. Number 1, Apex Legends Mobile. Apex Legends Mobile is very much a distilled version of the main game, meaning that you still get the core of the experience. There is a roster of heroes to choose from, each with unique powers, and those powers have made the transition nicely. The graphics and animations are really cool and great. All in all, it looks like a great version of the game given the platform's limitations, and it makes sense that it's been built from the ground up with a more simple control scheme and a few streamlined mechanics, and that's it. For the top 15 best battle royale games of 2024 for Android and iOS devices, so I want to know which of these games is the top of your list to download this month. Let me know in the comments down below, and while you're down there, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of our amazing new content. See you later.